Hi, guys. Hang on. Got a bad lighting situation going on here. Who's here? Hi, Moonchild. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Nereos. Hi, Donalyn. Hi, Arcee. Hi, Love. Hi, Jamila. Hi, guys. Hi, Davina. Oh, hot in here. I just turned the aircon on. It's not really cutting it. I haven't had it on all day. I kind of should have put it on earlier. Hang on, guys. This lighting is just not great. Move myself. What's going on, guys? Hi, Loz. Love your Q&As. I have a date with my SP tomorrow because I'm just that amazing. He's going to tell me he loves me. Oh, Alexa. Oh, wonderful, darling. You just stay on top of that self-concept, darling. Wonderful. Hi, Loz. How does procrastination relate to self-concept? Because you don't feel like you can do anything. You don't believe in yourself because you probably had strict parents or critical parents and you don't believe you can do anything properly, so you just don't even bother most of the time. Or you feel like you need everything to be perfect, so you don't even try. Hi, Penny. Hi, Antonio. Hi, Therese. Hi, Lana. Hi, Nat. Hi, Coyote. Hi, guys. God, I feel a little sweaty. Please yell. Really? Hang on, guys. I'm going up. God, I'm sweaty. Hang on. Hey, Loz, I've been manifesting my SP in and out for the past 2 years. Got him back after 2 months. He stayed for 4 months and out of the blue ended it yesterday. I know I need to work on self-concept. Can he come back? I really want this to last and not keep happening. Of course they can come back, darling. You lost them with your self-concept. Now you can get them back with your new self-concept, okay? All you need to think is we haven't broken up. We're still together. Either revise the breakup or imagine you've got back together. Okay, that happened, but I've worked on my self-concept since and we're back together. It was just a blip. It was just a blip. We just got triggered by things. I got triggered. It's just a triggering moment. When it's just happened, guys, it's much easier to revise it or much easier to just think, oh, well, we can fix this immediately. Just see you and him together and really work on whatever was triggering you that caused the issue. Loz, I listened to you yelling while driving, and while I was at the stoplights, I forgot my windows were down and got some looks. Did you? He's a crazy bitch in the car. Morning. I didn't meet my SP on Saturday as he didn't get in contact, but I did get asked out on a date by someone else. Oh, well, Lorna, fuck that SP for the time being and go out with the other guy. Don't worry about it, darling. You just use up the attention from the other person, lap it up. Don't mean use, lap up the other attention, and then yes, people are like, where's she gone? Assess what you might have been thinking that might have caused that, darling. Fran, Mum also heard me listening to one of your lives and asked who the hell I was FaceTiming. Hi, Loz. Would you recommend not looking at graduate job forums where other students discuss progress of the application when applying for grad roles? Well, it puts you off and makes you feel like it's going to take forever and it's really hard. Then, yeah, don't. Because what difference does it make? You're going to manifest your job. So why do you need to read those forums? Listening to everyone's rejection stories, that ain't going to help you, is it? And you're going to do it with your mind and they're doing it in the 3D. Things are quite up and down with my SP, but realise that it was just my dominant assumptions from my past relationship of feeling insecure and jealous. He went for my BFF. I manifested that though, lol. Oh. My SP says he doesn't want to do long distance. How can I change this? Working on my self-concept would affirm and living in the end work best for this? Yes, darling, absolutely. Live in the end, affirm self-concept. Don't worry about that doesn't want to do long distance. Guys, I know so many people who have very successful long distance relationships. It's the distance is just a circumstance and circumstances do not matter. That's you thinking, you think he thinks long distance is a problem and then he says it. Love your motivation. Oh, thank you. You're live on 2/2/22. What a coincidence. Oh, no. This must be a magic live. I think I've got super chats on now, although they said to me if I might not be monetized properly because I haven't sent them my address, confirm my address, but I'm waiting for mail from Google. So tell me if my super chats turned on because they should be. You don't have to send me super chats. I just want to know if they're turned on because I can't see that they're on. I'm here for the screaming. Oh, good, darling. Hey, Loz, I reached out and kind of called out my SP today, but it was great. We had an incredible chat and he told me everything I wanted to hear. I love my power. I can't wait to be his missus in the 3D. Oh, wonderful, darling. do I affirm that SP makes our relationship public? Oh, it's my alarm telling me to go live. That SP makes our relationship public. He pulled back after we had some issues. Now he wants to keep it a secret till we figure things out. I'm not happy being this way. Okay, so if he's keeping it a secret, maybe you don't feel good enough. You don't feel like you're going to be approved of. You don't feel like the family's going to like you, or whatever the issue is, darling. You are thinking you're not enough, or you have to be kept secret. He loves to show me off. Everyone approves of our union. They love us together. Everyone loves us together. He's so proud to show me off. He's so proud to call me his girl. He loves to show me off. Say those things, darling, and work on that subconcept of feeling not good enough. Hey, Lo, so since everyone is you pushed out, the way we treat people, is that a reflection of their self-concept? No, because you're not in their reality. Still a reflection of your self-concept. It's still all you. In their reality, yeah. You're in your own. So how you treat them is based on your stuff, your thoughts about them and your reality. So if you think they're a mean guy and you get triggered by them and you say harsh things back or whatever, that's you thinking you need to do that because your assumption about that guy is he's mean and I have to be mean in return, or I have to withhold love, or I have to not show him affection, or I have to be cutting because he cut me. But that's because you got triggered by him. That's your own triggers. So it's all you. Hi, Antonio. Hang on. Hi, Donalyn. Oh, that's Jean. Hi, Jamila. Hi, Bambi. Can we send? Yes, we can send super chats. Oh, you can? They're on? Oh, okay. I thought they weren't on because it said something about you need to verify your address. And they said, we've sent you snail mail. I'm like, guys, I'm in Australia. It's like, we sent it on the 20th of February. Have you received your mail? And said, yesterday. I'm like, dude, I'm in Perth, Western Australia, the most locked down place on earth. I don't think I'm getting my mail today after you sent it from America. Hi, Lisa. Good morning, Lois. Still no movement with my daughter's friend. She goes back to school tomorrow. It's heartbreaking. I'm trying so hard to change the self-concept, but she hardly speaks. It's so sad to watch. Oh, so she's hardly speaking because she's so upset about it. Well, just tell her to have a little imaginary scene when she goes to bed tonight that everything's fine and it's like it's forgotten and everyone's forgotten about it and the girl doesn't even remember it. Go and revise it. And revise it for her if she can't. Hang on, guys. Are you spiritual? Well, darling, I am spirit and so are you. So no one's more spiritual than another person. You're more spirit than me, are you? I hate the word spiritual. I think it's the most incredibly arrogant word. No, I'm not more spiritual than anyone else. And I don't believe anyone is spiritual. We are all spirit. That's how we're manifesting from our subconscious spirit source energy force in us. So everyone's spiritual. Oh, what's this? So how do I use this super chat thing? It's just popped up. What is it? Do I press it? Oh, Bobbert sent me $5. Oh, thank you so much, Bobbert. Where's your question? You did not send me a question. Guys, don't send me a super chat with no fucking question. Give me a question at least. Bobbert, what's your question, darling? I can't see what it is. It's just a little emoji of jumping up and down emoji thing. It's so cute. But give me a question, darling. I'm great, guys. Hello. I'm planning my wedding and wearing rings to call him in. I'll do that, darling. Don't go outside like that, though, in a wedding dress or anything, or a veil on your head. You look like a fucking nut. Otherwise, he's good to me. How do I make him like before when he was shouting off the rooftops about me? It's about your self-concept. So he's simply reflecting your self-concept. He's not shouting off the rooftops because you're not shouting off the rooftops about yourself. They can only reflect you. So if he's suddenly changed his estimation of you and not shouting off the rooftops about you anymore, it's because your self-concept went down. Got to build yourself up, put yourself back on the pedestal, darling, take him off it. Morning from Ireland, Lois. Hello. Lois, I told you about movement with my job, but still had work to do with SP, but ended up spending the day yesterday in bed with him, cuddled up slowly, catchy monkey. Oh, did you, darling? Wonderful. I only get 2 to 3 hours of sleep every day. I listen to your sleep tapes. Is that enough to get the affirmation impressed in my subconscious? 2 to 3 hours? Why is that, Jean? The hell? I thought I got minimal sleep. That's crazy town. That's Elon Musk's sleep schedule. Why are you doing that? Look, darling, if it sinks in. Doesn't matter how much time. But, I mean, why don't you say I get so much sleep, I get a full 8 hours every night? Why don't you affirm for more? Oh, who's this sent me this thing? Sweet Warrior, no question. Thanks for all you do for so many, Loz. Oh, darling, you're always sending me gifts on the bloody TikTok. Now you're sending me gifts on the bloody YouTube. Guys, don't send me gifts. Put a question with a gift. It's a super chat, not a super gift. But thank you, guys. Thank you, darling. Hang on. Well, where was I? Lighting looks great. Oh, does it? Oh, I feel a little bit sweaty. I feel all like glowy. How do strict parents relate to procrastination laws? Okay, so if they made you feel like you had to be perfect all the time, then you'll always feel like you can never do anything good enough. So my mum used to make me always feel like if I didn't fold the towels right, she'd undo all the towels and she'd do it herself. So I used to give up and think, well, I can never do anything right, right? Or I wanted my essay, I would sit there and do the introduction for like 3 hours trying to get the introduction right because my mum always used to yell and tell me off for not doing things right. And it wasn't about schoolwork. My mum was never strict on schoolwork. She actually didn't give a shit about my homework, but it was everything else. So I always felt like I couldn't do things right and everything had to be just so. So I would take forever to write one introduction, hours, and then I'd never get my essay done because I always thought I wouldn't do it well enough. So what was the point of finishing it? And if they're strict, they'll make you feel like you're always wrong. That will just be the dominant assumption. I always do things wrong. I will get told off. If it's not right, there's a consequence. So then you just won't do it. And that's how you'll end up procrastinating a lot of the time. It's one of the reasons. Hi, greetings from Norway. Oh, I'll change my name to Rena, which means queen, because I am one. Oh, is it Raina or Rena? Raina, maybe. Oh, that's lovely, darling. Loz, how do you feel about your mum's dementia and manifesting? Did you try to manifest that away? Yes, I did. I asked because I find myself in a similar situation. Okay, Antonio, this is what you need to do. I really, 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 really didn't talk about it with anyone. When anyone would ask me how mum was, I said she was fine. What happened was I did all that and I did all the things in the 3D to help her. But when I went back to Britain to pack up my house, to come back to Australia to move here permanently, she threw out all the things I got her to do, all the medications, all the vitamins, all the, like I'd spent thousands of dollars, my brother and I, on these special programs that were these advanced programs, the newest research of Alzheimer's research, not medicines. They were like vitamins because she had severe vitamin D deficiency, severe magnesium deficiency, all these different things, right? And I had her on like the best possible thing. She was improving. Her diet, I would put her on a ketogenic diet. Her memory was improving, everything. But when I went back to England, I came back and she'd just given it all up, wasn't eating the diet. And I said to my dad, I told you to keep an eye on her. And he goes, oh, she wouldn't do it. I gave up. And so because he gave up and it seemed like a lost cause, I suddenly started seeing her just being this lost cause. And the more I saw it that way, the more I thought, I can't make her do anything. And my brother kept saying to me, give up, you're wasting time and energy, you're wasting money. This is a waste of time. She's not going to listen. And because my brother's got this really dominant assumption that my mum's incredibly stubborn, it really sunk into my mind that I am wasting my time, right? And then I went through a breakup. That's what happened. I went through a breakup around that time, and my mind was just not good. So if I were you, I would see her as remembering everything, do everything you can, go and read the book, The End of Alzheimer's, and do everything they say in that book and tell yourself that that's all working, because that's what I was doing and it was working. Oh, he sent me £17.99. Oh, Gagan, thank you so much. SP and I are married but separated. Both have stopped wearing our rings. I visualize my living in the end of waking up next to him with kids. Does not wearing my rings make a difference? No, darling. Neville talks about wearing a ring in your imagination. You don't need to wear an actual ring, guys. You do it in your mind. It's like imagining the arms around you in your mind. You don't have to have actual arms around you every night. You don't need a man doll, a fake man doll, a blow-up doll with arms around you. You imagine the arms. You imagine the ring, okay? So live in the end every morning of waking up next to him. Live in the end of your kids sitting at the breakfast table with you eating breakfast, okay? Live in the end of all those scenes. But also, Gagan, darling, go and figure out what the hell were the self-concept issues, were the insecure, fearful thoughts you were having that caused the breakup of your marriage and the separation. Write down every thought you were having. Sit for 20 minutes and think, okay, what was I thinking in the years before and the months before we broke up? What were the fearful, horrible thoughts I was having about myself and him and this marriage? We're falling apart. He's not paying me enough attention. He's looking at other women. My body isn't like it used to be. I spend too much time with the kids and he resents me. He spends too much time at the office. His work's a priority now. Why doesn't he take me on dates anymore? Doesn't he love me? Whatever the thoughts were, write them all down and you will see why it occurred. Then you can write the complete opposite of every single thing you said as an affirmation and a new story, and write the new story of you guys. Got it? But don't worry about the rings thing. Doesn't matter about the rings. That's a physical thing in the 3D. where you're bringing your mind. Understand? Wonderful, darling. And thank you for that. Hi, everyone. I'm new here. This is my first time here. I'm so excited. Oh, group. Scarlett and Haley. Affirmations for him to take me on a date. I've already been manifesting he has a crush on me, and I truly believe he is attracted to me. Well, believe that, darling. That's true. So just say, he says he's got such a crush on me, can't stop thinking about me, takes me on so many dates, takes me on these fancy schmancy dates. We went here and went there, and he brings me flowers, and just imagine it's already happened, darling. Imagine you're together. Hi, I was messed up with my SP. Don't worry. We got back in touch after breaking up for 4 months ago, and it was going well, but they wanted to be friends with benefits. I said no, and if that's the case, stay out of my life. Oh, okay. So look, guys, okay, so you did that. If you feel like you were being respectful towards yourself and that's what you needed to say at the time, own that and be like, well, that's not going to make any difference. I can say what I want and I'm still going to get what I want. Okay? Doesn't matter how harsh I was. Doesn't matter that I pushed him away. Doesn't matter that I, put my foot down. He's going to love me for that. He's going to love that I respected myself enough to say that. Give it that meaning, not beating yourself up about it. Don't think you did anything wrong, darling, and decide that that is the bridge of incidents to make him fully respect you, come back and be like, okay, be my girlfriend. Give a good meaning that you did that. Hi, Loz. I saw the SP I've been involved with for 6 years, and let me tell you, he could not keep his hands off me. He said he was obsessed. I was in Queen receiving energy, and he wants to take me to dinner. Oh, Haley, beautiful. JC, revise it. Revising prevents it from happening again. Yes. Alexandra. Hi, Loz. Thanks for everything you do. You're welcome, darling. So there's a coach that says, I couldn't give a shit what other coaches say, but anyway, that you should say affirmations from a state of having the desire, because if you say them from a place of lack, you manifest more lack. Well, okay. How are we saying it from the state of no lack? You tell me. How do you know you're in the state of no lack? Dumb manifestation coach. The whole point of living in the end is to do it from the desire, okay? And yeah, it's great to affirm from the desire, but some people simply can't do that. Okay, they're trying to imagine from the desire, they're trying to affirm at the same time, trying to live in the end, trying to imagine the future, but their subconscious mind's going, nobody's not here. What are you talking about, you dumb bitch? We don't believe this stupid thing you're saying. Okay, don't listen to anyone who talks in absolutes. You have to do this, otherwise this doesn't work. Doesn't it, bitch? Are you in my subconscious mind, you dumb? See you next Tuesday. If anyone talks in absolutes, darling, like they know what they're talking about, like they are in your subconscious, they're a fuckwit and you should not be watching them. No one's in your mind. They don't know what's going on in there. So how do they know that that's true? That's bullshit. It's great to be in the state of having it, to live from the end. But sometimes that's really impossible when your mind is running you. I'd rather you just affirm until you've gotten to that state. That's the ideal state. You've dropped the seed and you're living there in the Sabbath. But unfortunately, a lot of people can't do that at the beginning, so don't even bother. And stop watching that moron. Because I don't like any coaches that talk in absolutes. This is the law of assumption. If you assume that to be true, they'll be true for you, you stupid bitch. It's the law of assumption. So I'm assuming what you just said is true, and now it's true for me because I've taken on your stupid coaching advice because I've assumed your stupid assumption. Got it? Hang on, guys. Hang on. What's your opinion about this? That's my opinion. Good morning, Loz. Still no movement. I saw that one, darling. Just revise the whole fight. And imagine she goes to school tomorrow and everything, and it's like never happened. Everything's forgiven and forgotten. Everything's forgiven and forgotten. Tell her to say that in her own mind. Being selfish saying this, but I wish you had a podcast so I could listen to your lives easier. I know, guys. I have recorded one podcast episode and I hate it so much. I'm going to turn it into interviews. It's going to be interviews with success stories, like John and Lisa and Kat and people. Okay. Because me talking by myself, just sitting there talking, I found it almost impossible. I didn't like it, and I'm going to delete the episode. I don't like it. Right? I think I bounce off people better than me just sitting there talking. So I will do it soon. Once I've got the courses out and the group coaching, the podcast will start, I promise. I actually need to hire an assistant who lives here in Perth to do some physical things for me, like doing my TikToks for me. That would actually be really helpful. I know I love Brittany being my assistant, but I actually need someone to be in my phone as well. Brittany can do the other stuff, like running the Facebook and the coaching and everything. So if anyone's in Perth and is a PA, can you let me know? Because I need a PA in Perth to do some little things for me, some content creation for me. Hang on, guys. Hey, Loz. After being back with my SP for a month, we spent last week together. After waking up next to each other a very hot night, he decided to post that he was in a relationship with me. Oh, Brianna, really? Wonderful, darling. Oh, I'm thrilled. Wonderful. Well, SP has been messaging me and actually carrying on the combo. This has only happened since I've been putting attention into other people and not just him. Well, how about that, Lorna? When you take all your attention off them and then you're not like, like a thirsty dog. Wonderful. It's turned on. Okay, good. Yes, yes, super chats. Okay. Oh, God, this just jumped. Hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm really on the feeling that I'm the love of his life. No matter how much girls he have, I'm the one. Oh, good, darling. If you lost your SP because of bad self-concept before, do you just keep affirming SP and not self-concept since that's what the sentence says? I don't think Loz teaches that, haha. No, you don't focus on SP only. I don't care. When you lost them before, it's your self-concept that lost them. Mm-hmm. Hang on. Oh, who's sending me more things? Who's this? Oh, Gagan, you got a question. Thanks, Loz. I did my dominant thinking was not being a priority and given too evenly. I affirm against this and revise the convo of him coming back and being silent to he told me he loves me deeply. Okay, so I did my dominant thinking was not being a priority and given too evenly. Okay, so the not being a priority, go and do my banish the third party sleep tape. I know it's about third parties and there may not be a third party in this case, but if he wasn't giving to you evenly, like he was spending more time at work or with his friends or to himself, then that is not a priority. And that's a feeling not chosen, not good enough, not a priority issue. So go and do that sleep tape every night. I'm a priority, banish the third party every night. Okay, use the affirmations in that and really, really, really step into the state of I'm his number one priority. Our family is his number one priority. We are his priority. Okay, and yes, revise that combo, but really work on your self-concept, darling, more than anything. Okay, got it? Because that's the issue there. Just saying he loves me deeply isn't the issue. Him not loving you isn't the issue. You feeling unlovable is the issue. You feeling unprioritized is the issue. You feeling like you don't get the love you need from him is the issue. It's not actually him that's the issue. So if you focus too much on him and wearing rings and all this shit, you're not going to fix it. What in your childhood makes you feel like he's not going to give you the love and attention you need? What in your childhood makes you feel not good enough that he's not going to treat you as the priority in his life? There's something going on with you that happened as a child. Either you weren't given enough love when you were a child and you were neglected, not given enough attention, or you're made to feel not good enough in some way by feeling defective in some way or wrong, or you had strict or critical parents or something happened in childhood. Either of those two things, you were neglected, not given enough attention, or made to feel not good enough, that he is now reflecting that in your 3D as an adult in your life. What was your childhood like, Gagan? And I can tell you what to affirm because you're focusing too much on him and that's not going to fix the problem, okay? Tell me what your childhood was like. You don't have to super chat me again, darling. Just tell me here. SP said one of my affirmations to me. I've been saying I'm a badass, and he said that exact thing to me out of the blue. Oh, wonderful, darling. Love that. Why not we affirm self-concept here if that were true? Yes, guys. Who were you replying to? Bambi? I didn't see that one. You definitely manifest them without self-concept, but you will not keep them. Yes. What did Bambi say that I didn't see? I'm going to lose my spot, guys. Bambi, what were you saying that everyone's replying to that I can't see? Guys, if you don't focus on the self-concept, you'll most likely lose them. Okay? Loz says lots of times that when you don't work on self-concept, just affirm for SP, you'll lose them, and working on self-concept is not for you getting your SP. You will get them back, but you will lose them again and again and again. Yeah, Jean knows that. I fell off this weekend, getting back into, I think you're both having the same conversation. You're both agreeing with each other. Let's not have an argument. I fell off this weekend, getting back onto a good mental state, but what can I do when I miss SP? Clearly not in the end if I'm missing him. No contact is our current situation, however, manifesting money as well. Okay, so guys, you fall off the wagon. So you're feeling like you're missing them. So you're feeling like they're not here. Okay, have a bit of a moment, have a bit of a spiral, and then get back on the horse and start using your imaginal scenes again and feeling him there, feeling his arms around you. Imagine watching Netflix together. Imagine inner conversations. Really go hard on it if you feel like you're really missing them. Okay? Who's this? Oh, Ellie, $4.99. When I was younger, the guys I liked always liked my sister. Now, as an adult, I think guys will pick others. Right, okay. So if that dominantly happened to you as a child, you were always compared to your sister, or guys picked your sister, then other girls are going to take guys away from you. Your sister probably still will get guys fancying her in front of you. It'll just be your dominant assumption that other women are now competition in your reality till the end of time till you change that. No one compares to me. I'm everyone's number one priority. No, I'm so original. I'm unique. Once you've met me, you love me, and you can't be without me. No one compares to me. I am your one and only. I am special. Okay, go and do my I'm a priority. I'm chosen sleep tape. I'm the chosen one. And go and revise that childhood, darling, of that happening. Go and say, I was always chosen over my sister. My sister was always second best to me. Change the story. Seriously, and read it over and over and over again. Imagine that's true. Oh, Alexandra, no contact with my SP. I don't have to take any action in 3D, right? Yep. I'm doing 80% self-concept, 20% SP. Thank you. Me not reaching out won't delay my manifestation. Guys, not reaching out won't do shit. Reaching out sometimes fucks things up because you're not in the state of confidence. You haven't worked on your self-concept enough. You're still in the old self-concept. Or you're still holding the old version of them. And then when you reach out, it doesn't eventuate the way you want, and then you spiral. I'm not trying to say that that will happen all the time, but it does happen a lot. Okay, so if you're in the state of they love me, they're coming towards me, they adore me, they're always coming towards me, they need to talk to me, they need to hear my voice and work on that self-concept, it'll naturally come about in its own natural way and you won't have to reach out. And if you do feel like reaching out, you'll do it from a complete state of confidence, knowing that you'll be able to handle whatever outcome. But really, guys, when I say 80% self-concept, I really mean it. Like, you've got to just not focus on the 3D and what you need to do to fix it. That's doing things to fix it. Thank you, darling, for the super chat. Hang on, I'm going up. Oh, now I'm seeing it in the chat, the super chat. Now I can see it. I always keep pressing it. I don't know how to use this thing. Hang on. Oh, God, so many questions here I've missed. I'm going up, guys. Hang on. Loz, since you said your SP not showing you off is your self-concept about not being enough, what SP affirmations can we use for this situation? Well, you can say, they love to show me off, but if you say, I am the prize, that's an assumption about you. That's a self-concept. I'm on the pedestal. I'm always treated like a queen. I'm always admired and adored and shown off. That's self-concept, but he always shows me off is more an SP one. I would say the more I'm the prize. So if you just assume you're the prize and everyone loves to show you up, everyone loves to be with you, that everyone's so proud of you, everyone loves being seen with you, then that implies him and everyone else. Working on my self-concept and seeing results already. People contacting me to say that I'm beautiful, working harder on my self-concept to get my SP back. Wonderful, darling. I only use rings as a symbol to keep me in the end story. It puts me physically close to the end being his wife. That's great, darling. I lost it on my maid today. Feel like she's taking advantage of my niceness. She reacted to my confronting her. I revised how to get her attitude to change. Well, stop saying she takes advantage. That's you being a people pleaser or an overgiver or thinking you're a doormat and thinking people take from you. You give too much and people take, or you're too nice and people take advantage. So if you've got the assumption that you're too nice and people take advantage, then people take advantage of you. Or you can have the assumption that I'm nice and people never take advantage. They love my niceness, but they know my boundaries. I'm the boss. I can be nice and be the boss, right? I used to work for a guy at the Olympics who's the nicest boss I ever worked for, and he was lovely to everyone, and everyone respected him. No one ever treated him like a doormat. No one ever took advantage, and he was the sweetest, loveliest man. And it's just that he had the dominant assumption, I could see it in him, that he was the leader. So he could be nice and be the leader, not be nice and be walked over, nice and be taken advantage of, and that's why he was such a great leader. So you've got a dominant assumption that being nice is being a pushover, and you've got to get rid of that. And then see her as never taking advantage. I remember when she used to take advantage. She's not like that anymore. She's the greatest cleaner. She always listens to me. We never fight. I never have to tell her what to do. She does everything I want. Say that time. People in my dream were parroting my sleep affirmations from your video, including the accent. Oh, including the accent. Oh, that's fucking weird. Well, someone said before, I saw the one. This sentence is contradicting itself. No, we don't. We do need self-concept. Sorry, guys. You need self-concept to keep your respect. Thanks for your honesty. I think my parents' dementia is too advanced for me to manifest it away. It probably started 7 years ago, but your experience makes me feel more calm. Well, my mum started probably about 7 years before I started thinking that way. but take them off sugar. Take every carb away. Go and read the end of Alzheimer's and listen to everything Dr. Bredesen says, and then assume it's working. I'm really on the feeling that I'm love is love. I love that. SP said one of my affirmations to me. Oh, I love that. I've seen these. Hang on. Oh my God, SP just invited me camping with him and his kids this weekend. Oh, isn't that lovely? Hang on, guys. I'm seeing the things I've already read. Hi, Loz. I wrote down all the I'm chosen affirmations and self-concept ones and the priority ones. So will this make my boss like and make my friends love me more? Yeah, so your boss will respect you more. They'll treat you like a priority at work. Your friends will treat you like a priority and chosen, so long as you keep doing those, guys, and step into that state of the new you. Yes, absolutely. It affects everyone. Interviews sound like a great idea, Loz. Yes, for the podcast, yes. Like how they did it. And I'll also interview Zetty, who will talk about biblical references and Neville, because she's a pastor. And I wanted to have her on the podcast about talking about Neville's biblical references and what they actually mean and the deeper meanings, because my interpretation, like my understanding of it is very surface and Zetty's is very deep, and she'd be a great person to have on the podcast. If you get YouTube Premium, you can listen to your YouTube with your screen off like a podcast. Oh, can you? Oh, I didn't know that. Work on the concept is for you, not to get triggered. Yes. Loz, business is booming. She needs to hire more staff. Yes. Confident in what you're doing, to know you are worthy and deserving. Yes, guys. Love that. Hi, Loz. I've been trying to confirm my mum's psoriasis away and have told her it's all in her head, and the reason why it's not going is her mind. She said that's mean and invalidating her. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So you do it for her then. She doesn't have psoriasis anymore. I remember when she used to have psoriasis. I remember when she had all these red blotches all over her skin. She doesn't have that anymore. Her skin is so clear. Her cells have renewed themselves. Do it for her, and then when that goes away, she'll go, oh, my God, and imagine her coming to you, oh, my God, my psoriasis is almost completely gone. You go, yeah, bitch, I did that with my mind. How about that? And then she won't believe you. Don't call her a bitch. What's this? Okay, Candace. Hi, Loz. I've been smashing self-concept for the last 2 months. Found out recently the SP and third party have ended things, and she's quit at their workplace and is leaving the state for a new job. Oh, my God, banish the third party really works. Oh, you've been doing that sleep time? Wonderful, darling. You did that. You are all powerful. Keep going. I reached out, and he is cold and left me on the screen, but I stabilized myself and working on self-concept. I take this as movement, though. Is it okay? Yes, guys, take everything as movement. Even if he left you on red for fucking 5 years, I don't care what it is. He's down a well and he's dying down there. Give it that meaning. Okay. I reached out, the one. Davina. I also sat in silence and wrote all of my thoughts. All of my thoughts were the new story, all my affirmations. So glad, but really realized I placed too much emphasis on SP, not me. Okay, good, darling. So sometimes it's really good to sit there and think, what am I thinking? Even if you're doing all the work, you might shock yourself with what you're thinking. Part 1, I realized we don't need to believe for it to work. Success story from 2020. I had an interview for a master program, did not like the questions that the professor asked. Part 2, and it showed in my manner. I was very worried I would not be accepted, but I kept telling myself it was really easy to get into the master. I was accepted. Oh, well, there you go. If you have that dominant assumption, it'll still work. Absolutely. What are some more affirmations along the lines of I am chased and pursued? I am adored. They're always coming towards me. They're always admiring me. I am so admired and loved. I'm put up on the pedestal. I'm looked up to. I'm sitting up on my throne. I'm like Rapunzel with my hair hanging down and my crown on my head. Have an image of yourself being adored. Have an image of yourself with men looking up to you. Have an image of yourself, people giving you gifts. Have a little imagery of that too, as well as affirmations. Clara. I've been working on self-concept and SP only when I think of him less and less, and I've gotten to the place where I don't think I even want him anymore. It's so freeing. I feel so light. Guys, it can really happen. It is so freeing. And then they'll come back and then you'll be like, nah, they don't. Hi, Loz. Nice to see you. I was on the live on TikTok and it said that it was feeling not enough because I had a dream that SP was dead, and the reason I checked his socials, see if he's okay. Oh, God. Well, then that's what I saw. They were on holiday with third party, but I really don't check the 3D. Okay, well, stop checking that 3D, darling, and don't assume they're dead. Okay. Not the best thing to assume. Hang on. I know he's coming. Oh, shit, this just jumped. Buddha. I know he's coming back, and I'm going to give everything I want. I'm going to get everything I want. I just don't think I want him anymore. I choose me. Yeah, sometimes you don't want them anymore, guys. It's exactly what happened to me last year. That's when I saw they were on holiday. I saw that one. I've been affirming only for self-concept in my SP is showing up exactly how I want. Everything in my 3D is showing up as I want to. Thank you so much for your guidance. Oh, tomorrow, wonderful. My SP2 is ready to marry me, but maybe it's because I affirm end marriage for him, and my main SP is going to affirm he's taken it slow since. I want my main one, so not him. Okay. So maybe you've still got a really old story about the original SP. You've really got to get rid of that, Jane. Just get rid of that old story. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. I was always told as a child to be quiet. I think I felt abandoned by my mum, not her fault. She was the only income coming in, 8-person household. My grand didn't like girls, also bullied at school. Okay, so if you're in an 8-person household, you wouldn't have got enough attention. So whenever your husband was pulling away, you would think, oh, I hate this feeling. This is that feeling I'm getting again where I don't get enough attention. You must not love me, right? Because when you're a child, if there's 7 other siblings or 8 siblings, okay, around you, there's only so much attention your parent can give you. And if they're the only income, she's constantly working. So if your husband starts to concentrate on work and the income becomes important, it's the exact same psychological feeling you would have had as a child of your mum abandoning you for work, mum abandoning you for other children, you being neglected and unloved and being left alone and ignored like you were as a child. And so it will trigger you every time your husband does that, and then you'll react and be triggered and start fights or go cold or give him the silent treatment or get angry because you're reacting the same way to the same trigger you had as a child. You just don't realize you're doing it, and your husband doesn't know why you're acting that way, and he thinks, fuck, you're a crazy bitch, or get away from me, or I'm falling out of love with you, because you're sending out thoughts of, you don't love me anymore, do you? This is proof that you don't love me. And then he has no choice but to say in his mind, yeah, I don't love you anymore. I don't know why I'm getting this ick feeling, but there's something about you right now that I don't like anymore. And I don't like what you're doing and the way you're acting and the way you're being, and just your beingness is putting me off you. Because what he's getting is, you don't love me anymore. You're ignoring me. This means you don't love me. You don't love me. You don't love me. You're ignoring me. You don't love me. And then he'll start to not love you. See how this works, guys? Then you split up. And then you say things like, I'm walking around my house with a ring on my finger. Well, that won't do shit, because where's it coming from? Your childhood of feeling ignored, your childhood of feeling abandoned, your childhood of feeling neglected. So it's the neglect feeling you have to fix. No one would dare neglect me. I'm not that girl anymore. I get all the attention I crave. My husband showers me with love and attention. That is my birthright. He gives me so much attention. He gives me more attention than I crave. He's always there for me. I am his number one priority. We are his number one priority now. That's the problem. Got it? Regardless, I know I'm never getting off my pedestal for anyone ever again. Wonderful, darling. Anyway, I have a new SP and I want to move on. I'm about to meet him in 3 weeks, probably working on my visa. Oh, wonderful, darling. Kirsty, you hit the nail on the head last night with trust. Can I affirm I've always been trusted and have always been able to trust others in my life? Yes, darling. Say those. If that helps you, absolutely say that. What affirmations can I use to not feel super giddy and surprised when really big companies give me interviews, etc.? I want to take them off the pedestal so I don't feel like they're doing me a favor. Well, totally take them off the pedestal, darling. Just be like, well, these people should be happy they even have me. It's a privilege to have met me. It's a privilege that I've walked in this building. You should feel privileged that I'm here, Google or Apple or wherever you're going, NBC. You should feel privileged I've walked in this fucking building. Like that. What's funny now as adults is my sister is second best to me as I succeed more in life, but this old thought is still around, will persist because I get what I want. Thank you. You probably succeed more in life because of a dominant assumption that you have to impress people, darling, and that's why you become the success over her. Do you ever think that? You have more of a point to prove? So now say that. I am number one. Because you can believe that. Because it's true. Thanks, Loz. I sent him a text 2 weeks ago and he asked to see me, which was great. Haven't spoken since, and I don't want to be the one to always reach out. You're the best. Look, Alexandra, don't assume you have to reach out. Assume he's going to reach out to you. Just think what fearful thoughts was I having in those 2 weeks that might have caused the non-contact now. What insecure, shitty thoughts like this is too good to be true, or I hope he doesn't flake on me thoughts. I say I'm the prize and the gift. Oh, that's beautiful. Weight loss seems to be going in the wrong direction. I keep affirming, what else can I do? Stop saying it's going in the wrong direction. That's an affirmation. You're affirming that. Weight is falling off me. I'm so wonderfully thin. Every time I look in the mirror, I look thinner and thinner. Stop saying what you just said. You missed my question, Loz. Oh, Lorna, write it again. I can't scroll up because I'll miss my place. Getting guys messaging me, is this birds for land? I haven't heard from SP in a few weeks, trying to ignore obstacle third party as we're also long distance. I'm saying I'm the one for him and seeing us together, working on self-concept more. That's birds for land. Guys are messaging you, absolutely, but don't see the long distance as a problem. Third party, banish her from your mind. Long distance isn't a problem, guys, unless you make it a problem. Because my friends and I were playing Hive Mind, and one of the questions was, who will be the best boss here? And all of them wrote me, And I wrote myself, how do they view me differently is how I see me. Oh, wonderful. That's great, darling. Because they all think I'd be a great leader and I never thought there is no way I would. Oh, wonderful. All right, darling, that worked. Hang on, who's this? $7.99. Oh, Emma, where's your question? There's just $7.99. You just sent me $7.99 for no reason. Oh, thank you, darling. Where's your question? Write a question, Emma, darling, so I can answer it. Rebecca. SP finished with me last night. Oh, no, darling. Ah, shit. Oh, God, this jumped again. God damn it to hell. Really trying to get back with positive affirmations. Just finding it difficult. Looking at the positive. You said he likes me and cares for me. Okay, you're in friend zone territory, darling. If you're saying likes you and cares for you, you've got a dominant assumption he doesn't want you. You're not good enough. You're not the priority. Maybe he's after other girls. You're not good enough for him. You might have him really high up on a pedestal. Do you think he's like Mr. fucking wonderful? Stop that. Start working on your I am good enough. Go and do my I am chosen, I am adored sleep tape. Alternate every night. Alternate every night. Oh, who said knock? Sent me 100 somethings. Oh, Rena, thank you. Since I found you on TikTok back in July, I've been affirming for better health and get rid of my fatigue. For some reason, I don't have any success. What can be the reason? Okay, so you're affirming for better health. Sometimes, guys, you might be affirming out of fear in a real fearful way, like, I'm so fatigued. I've got to say, I'm not tired anymore. I'm not tired anymore. I'm not tired anymore. Okay? You're doing it like that, like really obsessively about your health. I want you to step more into the state every day. Like I get everything I want meditation every morning and step out of bed every morning and then just say a few affirmations like, I'm so wonderfully healthy. I step out of bed with so much energy every day. When I get up in the morning, I'm raring to go. I'm so motivated. And start saying that after you've done that meditation and just do a few simple health meditations, okay? And then you can do maybe the Joseph Murphy sleep tape every night. Have that download from the Evolution channel. I will have a health sleep affirmation tape soon, guys. But you've got to really think, am I obsessively doing this out of fear because I think I'm so fatigued? And what are the actual affirmations you're saying, darling? Because you might be saying them in a way that's bringing more fatigue, like I'm never fatigued. Just say, I've got so much energy now. I bounce out of bed. I'm raring to go in the morning. I get all my tasks done every day. I've got so much energy at the end of the day. I always go for a run at the end of the day. I've got so much energy, or whatever it would imply you have so much energy all the time. Think of a scene that would imply you have lots of energy as well as affirmations. Does that make sense? Queen Bee, part 2, has a baby with SP, created in separation, sometimes hurts. I wanted this to be with him. I've been trying to accept this as I still see us together. Okay, Queen Bee, where's the beginning of this? Okay. Seeing us together. Oh, okay. So the long distance SP had a baby with someone else. Okay, so when he had a baby with someone else, that's a whole lot of I'm not chosen, I'm not good enough, I'm not the priority, thinking that you had. That's why you created a third party. And you might have had fearful thoughts he's actually going to start a family with someone else because, oh my God, he's in the vicinity of other people and we can't have sex being long distance and he can stick his dick in someone else, but he can't stick his dick in me because we're long distance and maybe you'll get someone's pregnant. You've been thinking that at the back of your mind without even realizing, darling, that's how you created that. You're thinking long distance is a real problem. You've got to get rid of that. Hi, Loz. I manifested getting the exact phone model I wanted, even after my parents said no, and it was out of stock. Oh, wonderful, darling. Fuck that out of stock. I always get things that are out of stock. Wonderful, darling. I have a friend who needs some affirmations against SP's alcohol consumption. He doesn't drink anymore. I remember when he used to drink. He used to be such an alco. He pours drink down the sink now. He comes to me. He's so healthy. He only wants to drink tea and coffee with me. When we go out, he never drinks. He's feeling so good in himself. He's never felt so good. And imagine him coming to her and saying, I've stopped drinking. I've never felt so good in my whole life. And work on her I'm not chosen bullshit thinking she's got, because that's why he's treating her like that, because he's choosing alcohol over her. So it's a direct reflection of her. That's why she's chosen a person who's not choosing her and choosing alcohol. It's actually a reflection of her self-concept, darling. That's how you end up with alcoholics, because they're choosing alcohol over you because you feel not chosen and not enough. So she needs to work on that. So she can say that all she likes about him, but she has to work on her first. I want to share an affirmation I came up with. It feels really kicks in the full love focus on myself. I love who I am. I love all that I am. I love everything about me. I love myself unconditionally. Oh, Tanya, I love that. That's great. Guys, you can watch that one back. That's wonderful. Good morning from the UK. My SP is my best friend and we've been friends with benefits and now there's third party. We don't speak every weekend when she is with the third party and we work together. Any advice as I am? Obviously seeing her every day as I pick her up and drop her off from work, but she is fine during the week. But weekends, I'm an alien. I'm also doing self-concept and feeling great. Just want any pointers. Allie Mae, you are in the state of not wanted, in the state of friend zoned, in the state of I'm not good enough, in the state of she's up on a pedestal, in the state of overgiver and people pleaser. If you're picking her up every day from work, you're treating her, you're a fucking Uber, okay, to her. You're like the ultimate friend, and you're giving her the benefits of friendship with sex, but not getting the relationship that you want because you feel not good enough and not a priority in yourself and not chosen. So she has no choice but to choose someone else. Stop being the Uber driver. Stop overgiving. Stop people pleasing. I don't need to do anything to make anyone love me. I am more than good enough just as I am. I am loved just as I am. I am the chosen one. Who wouldn't choose me? No one is competition to me. No one compares to me because I'm so unique. Go and work on my I am chosen sleep tape, darling, please. Hi, Loz. I've always been socially awkward and avoid social situations at all costs. I don't know how to have a conversation and feel like I'm being judged by everyone. What affirmation can I use? I remember when I used to be so socially awkward. I remember when I used to go out and feel so uncomfortable. I remember when I couldn't even speak in crowds. Now I love going out. I love talking to people. People think I'm such a social butterfly. I'm such a social butterfly now. I remember when I used to be like that. I'm not like that anymore. I'm so confident in my own skin. Write the story of the new year, darling, and figure out where that came from. Good morning, darling, Loz and friends. Oh, Topaz. What does it mean if my SP is so jealous of me, he can't stand me singing on the stage? Singing on the stage. What does that mean? What does it mean about me? I know that everyone's you pushed out. I really don't get it. He said me or this. Oh, singing on the stage? Oh, okay. So have you picked a narc? Have you picked someone with narcissistic personality disorder or someone with narcissistic traits where they don't like you being the center of attention, they like to be the center of attention, and they feel like that's people looking at you because they're jealous? That's you feeling not good enough, and you've actually picked someone who wants to be in the spotlight more than you because they are insecure. You picked a deeply insecure person because you feel not good enough, and you probably overgive and people please to this person or put them on a pedestal to make them feel better, to up their insecure thoughts, to make them feel good, right? To pander to them. But that's when you pick a person like that, guys, that's a direct reflection of I'm not enough. And you've got to be in the spotlight. You've got to be better than me, and I'll be below you at all times because that's the way I feel about myself. That's how you end up with people with narcissistic personality disorder or narcissistic tendencies. I'm not saying he is, but he could have those narc tendencies. Loz, I asked you on TikTok last week if it was okay if I turned down SP's invite to hang out injured, and you assured me it was fine and persisted. We hung out last night. You are the best. Oh, Katie, wonderful. See, guys, don't freak out about turning them down. Just assume you're going to see them anyway, and it will work. Wonderful. It means nothing. Everything is empty and meaningless. It's just your assumption playing out. Yes, darling, that's great. 4 siblings and 4 adults. Dad retired because of ill health. Oh, Gagan. Okay, 4 siblings and 4 adults. Okay. Well, that's a lot of people. Good or bad, everything is movement, guys. The trick is to always give it good meaning, as Mama Lozzie said. Dizzy Daisy, yes, good meaning. I'm going to make up that one day I missed listening to the sleep tapes because of all the success I see in this live. Yes, that's great. Been seeing heartbreak victims on TikTok constantly saying they've come back once you've moved on. Does this come true for them because believing it affirms it, and then they're moving on is working their subconcept. So when they move on and they let go of the person and they have a dominant belief that only when they move on the person comes back, that's a dominant assumption. So that plays out for them because they believe that the only way they can get them back is to forget about them. Is that what you're saying? 3P is gone. I repeat, 3P is gone. Finally. What's this? 3P is gone. I repeat, 3P is gone. Finally. Oh, Jess, wonderful. You did that. Lorna, part 1 on TikTok. I told you I've been dating SP for 8 months and still no sign of commitment. You told me to watch the I Am Chosen meditation. Since I've been listening to things, went to shit with SP. He messaged my bestie and told her he's completely done with me, not bothered by this in the slightest. Usually break down in tears. Why do you think this is? Well, if you're not bothered in the slightest, it might be because your self-concept improved and you realize you're putting that fucker on a pedestal and you might not want him anymore. That's what happens, darling, when you work on your self-concept. That might be why. What self-concept is behind me having health problems, and how do I get rid of them? When you were a child, were you super overprotected protected by a parent and made you feel like the world was unsafe? Or did you have a sickly parent in your reality, like someone, had mental health disorders and was in the room all the time? Or you were sick as a child? That could be why. Or you constantly feel like the world's going to harm you, or negative things happen to you and then you keep getting sick. Is that? Hello, so I manifested my SP back over the summer. What happened, though, was a bit of an old story crept in. I reacted. She asked for space, then she broke up with me. How do I revise this? Okay, so if I asked for space, once you got back together, it could be you feeling like, oh, I hope this works out. I hope they're not going to flake like they did last time. I hope they don't push me away. Hope this, hope that. You're reading into things. You're freaking out. You're getting insecure, and then they act like that. What thoughts were you having? Antonio, oh, God, this jumped again. Loz is right. My parents loved me but gave me a rough childhood that gave me several body issues, and I never realised the connection between that and my relationships as an adult until finding Loz. Yep. It's fucked up. I've been revising a lot of old childhood stories, even tiny ones, and making affirmations for the new story. I'm trying to ignore the fact I see nothing, just at times I doubt power. Well, if you're doubting your power, go and do a little test, darling, like getting a free coffee or getting someone to say something weird, and you'll see you can do this. I was on positive healing path and my dog died and I lost my way, and now I found you. You've changed my whole life and my mother-in-law's life. You saved us both. Thank you so much. Oh, Caprice, wonderful. Oh, that's great. Look, guys, grieving can really throw you when someone's, like when I was going through a breakup and I was trying to affirm for my mum's dementia, and then I went through this massive breakup, it was hard for me to keep on top of my mental when I was not feeling great. So it'll happen, guys, when you're grieving the death of a pet or a person or a breakup or whatever. Like, don't be thrown by that you're doing that. Just feel those feelings and then get back on the horse. It's a wonderful day. What information should I use? I grew up in a specific culture where cheating is normal. My mum was cheated on regularly and my dad abused her. Oh, okay, Mandy. I will add that my mother neglected me. She compared me to others. She called me names, and my dad was a very strict parent. Oh, fuck. You got the whole shebang there, darling. Okay, so I am more than good enough. I am the chosen one. I've always been chosen and loved and wanted. You can say that if you can. Say always, but it's revision. You might not believe it at first, but you can try and say it. I can trust the people I love with my heart now because I know they're not going to hurt me. I don't believe people are going to hurt me anymore. I'm not that girl anymore. I'm the new me. Things like that, darling. Go and revise your childhood. Write letters to all the people who wronged you. Imagine you're reading it to them. Read it out. Imagine they're sitting in front of you. Today I realised how quickly I can manifest. I went on a rampage about how I'm treated like a queen and priority, got a huge bunch of flowers from a guy and went on a few dates with months ago. Birds will land. Oh, absolutely, darling. I have a dominant assumption I'm not good enough, / other girls are chosen over me, and once they meet me, they'll leave me. It's a repeated pattern in SP relationships and friendships. SP asks for space. Get rid of that shit, darling. Please go and do my own chosen sleep tape stat. Loz, have you ever been friend zoned? It is hard to imagine. Yes, I have. There's one guy in my life who friend zoned me, and he's now famous. Well, quite famous. He's on a big famous TV show anyway. And he friend zoned me for another girl and never told me he was with this other girl. And yet we hung out every single day. And he has tried to get back in my good books for years since. And she's now famous now as well, weirdly. Anyway, we're good friends. We're fine now. I saw him in LA a couple of years ago and we're good now. It's fine. It's funny. But I don't know why I put this guy on a pedestal so much, but I really put this particular guy on a pedestal and he really friend zoned me bad. Just because I don't know why. I thought this guy was so great. Now I look at him, I think, what was I seeing in him? Anyway, he's a nice guy and deeply insecure. Loz, my question with the hive mind thing was, why do my friends view me differently to how I view myself? The other day I didn't get a job even though I was affirming. You said I might have been affirming from desperate energy. How do I affirm from knowing energy then? Because doesn't everyone who affirm after applying for a job, affirming on time crunch and on desperate energy? No. If you're affirming on a time crunch with desperate energy because you desperately need the job, that's when you won't get the job. The person who walks into the job interview assuming they're getting the job gets the job. I used to walk into auditions assuming I wouldn't get it, so I would never get it. Where theatre auditions, so I'm talking about TV and film auditions. Theatre auditions, I would always get it because I had the dominant assumption that I was a theatre actor and I was an excellent theatre actor, and I would always get the lead roles in theatre plays. Every almost theatre show I ever auditioned for, I got the lead, right? Because I had this dominant assumption I was a theatre actor and that was my thing. Every voiceover I ever went for, I got because I had a dominant assumption I was a really good voiceover artist, right? But film and television, because my body dysmorphia, I was like, I'm not the right look. And I would go in there in desperate energy auditioning, and that's when I wouldn't get the audition. I wouldn't get the role. So those people getting the job have got the dominant assumption they got the job already, and that's what you're not doing. That's desperate needy energy, thinking you're not getting it and being, I need this job. You don't want to be in the state of need. You want to be in the state of having. Got it? Mitchell Barkle's here. Just giving my 2 cents for the evening. Roses are red, violets are blue. White wine costs less than dinner for 2. Just drunk here. That's not a question. Don't you have a question, Mitchell Barkle? Did you hear that you're going to be getting a run for your money in the group? Did you hear today that Dylan is about to bring out a dance video? Let the competition begin. Applying for a job, affirming on time crunch and on desperate energy. Yes, I saw that one. SP contacted me and saw each other on Valentine's, but it was casual. Haven't talked since. Oh, darling. So don't worry about that. And don't worry about the not talking since. Just imagine he's falling down a well. Mm-hmm. What's his star palms? Where's your attracted message? Brianna, someone my SP was with before me is saying that a child she had is his. Oh, don't believe it, darling. But neither my SP or I believe it since she cheated on him with a whole other relationship. How can I affirm that he's not the father? He's not the father. That silly bitch is just deluded. She's just a desperate, needy bitch who's trying to make up stories. She's making up stories. He didn't even have sex with her. He can't remember having sex with her. When he had sex with her, he didn't even come. I think that's the story. I'm sure he told me that story. Give it that meaning, darling. There's so many girls in the group who I kept saying, that baby is not his, that baby is not his, that baby is not his, and it ended up not being his. It's happened about 3 times in the group. You just assume that bitch is crazy. She's making up stories. What are your thoughts on manifesting 2 SPs? I've done it. I have my manifestation with my boyfriend now, but I also want my to husband legally that I haven't seen in 2 years. I'm conflicted. Oh, okay. So if you're conflicted, just imagine both of them together in a visualization, or affirm for one, affirm for the other, and you can choose. And then whichever one feels right for you, eventually you'll choose, because that's what happened to me. Everyone's you pushed out. What does it mean? Oh, fuck, it just jumped again. If my SP is so jealous of me, too jealous, and he left because he didn't want to stop doing things with other people. What does it mean of me? If my SP is so jealous of me, too jealous, and he left because he didn't want to stop doing my things with other people. I don't understand that. If everyone's you pushed out, if you assume they're a jealous person, they'll be jealous. You understand this? Whatever you think about them will come true. So if whatever your dominant assumption about him is, he doesn't let me do things, he doesn't like me spending time with other people, then he won't. And he'll keep turning up that way until you change your estimation of him. Is that what you're saying? I do meditate and affirm. I'm full of energy. I always wake up filled with energy. I'm so happy I can always do everything I want, still wake up with a mixed flu and hangover every morning. Mix of flu and hangover every morning. If you're hungover every morning, maybe stop drinking. I never get hungover. I never feel sick in the morning. I always wake up with lots of energy. Maybe you're doing a whole lot in 3D to fuck up your affirmations, darling, like drinking before you go to bed. Or you just mean you feel hungover, but you're not actually hungover. I don't know what you mean by that. Hi, Loz. What if I'm not sure if the person I'm with is a perfect SP, or should I manifest someone new? Guys, you're either in love with them or you're not. It's a pretty obvious feeling. If you're not, manifest someone new. My SP has gone away with third party, was having a little trouble and not focusing third party, so I intended they don't get along. 2 days later, he told me they got into a fight. How do I keep this going? Just see him and you together. Forget about that bitch. Banish the bitch from your mind. Go and do my third party sleep tape. I don't mention the third party once. Loz, is it okay to affirm using deserve? For example, I deserve to be loved. Yes. I deserve to be desired. I deserve to feel safe. Yes. That's great. Great. Hello, I made the life. Oh, hello. Have to go to work. Oh, no. True. I'm just wondering how I can fix this. I love her and I don't want to be with her. It just feels so final, the words she used when breaking up with me. You don't want to be with her. I do want to be with her. It doesn't matter what they said. It can seem really final, darling. It's not final. Doesn't matter what they say. You affirm in your mind. Okay? Doesn't matter what they say. You affirm in your mind that you are together. It doesn't matter what they say. It's a reflection of your old thinking. It's probably based on low self-concept. My childhood has given me PTSD. Going to psychology because of this. It might be in the not deserving anything state and still have a lot of self-concept work to do. Guys, you've got PTSD from your childhood. That'll really fuck you up. I don't want to affirm that for you, but you've got to work on those affirmations against whatever it is you're getting PTSD about. Well, is this red your favourite colour or just a theme going on? Red is my favourite colour, yes. It is. My website's very red. I'm finding you in December have been eye-opening. I manifested a new car I have with bad credit under the amount I wanted to pay and lower mileage of what I wanted. Got the car. Just going to get SP back. Oh, wonderful, darling. Jane, hi, Loz. Did the SP you don't want now contact you again? We talk. We used to talk. We don't anymore. It's kind of at the end of last year, there was kind of no point talking anymore. Right? When I decided that we were talking, but we weren't in complete no contact, but I just thought, well, what is the point of this? I think we both kind of had that realization that I don't want him, so what's the point? That's the answer to that. So no, we don't talk. As self-concept in other areas rise, it's amazing how the seed cause of another third. As self-concept in other areas rises, it's amazing how the seed cause of another 3D reflection then comes to the mental surface to be seen as the reason for something undesirable and then be extinguished. Yes, so things will come to the surface for you to be shown, I still haven't fixed this, and then they'll go away. And then somebody else might come and show you, you still haven't fixed this bit of self-concept. Oh, okay, it's going away. Like what happened to me around my birthday. I got really triggered around my birthday of a whole lot of people cancelling on my birthday party, and it was rising to the surface that you still haven't fixed your I'm not chosen issue. I'm glad it happened. And then it was extinguished. Well, hopefully kind of extinguished. I want to say fully extinguished. Funny story about the friend zone. What affirmations do you recommend for getting out of the friend zone? Well, you just got to say, I'm the chosen one. I'm good enough. I am more than good enough. I'm the girlfriend. And work on your I'm not chosen shit. Like I must have put that guy really on a pedestal to be friend zoned by him. I'm trying to think what. I think I really did. I don't know why though. He's a real fucking nerd. I don't know what I saw in him. Quite a good looking guy, but like no good looking than any other guy I was with anyway. How did you work on your body dysmorphia issues? I always feel like I'm not pretty enough. My body is not toned enough, etc. I've really still working on that, guys. It's still my major problem. Okay, I shouldn't affirm that, but it still is. So I am way better than I used to be about it, but I've got to stand in the mirror and look at my body and tell it it's beautiful. I couldn't look in the mirror at my naked body years ago. I couldn't even look at it. I used to look at myself from like here down and just avoid mirrors, right? You just got to keep on top of it. I am wonderfully made. I'm perfect just the way I am. My body is perfection. My body is perfect just the way it is. I love my scars. I love everything about my body. I love my curves. All the things, embrace them, guys. Because I have scars on my body I've had to embrace rather than think they're not there. I'm like, they make me who I am. They built the character I am. They built me. You know what I mean? My battle scars. Manifesting is crazy. In the past, I was friend zoned by 4 guys spread across 6 years that had the same birthday, different ages and nationalities. That was before meeting SP. Got to work on self-concept forever. Yes, guys. What's this cussing success? I can curse at work now since watching Mama Loz took it up a notch and slips my tongue at work too. Boss said I'm such a nice person, so if I do it, it means it's justified. What's this Malibu milk? Oh, you can send. Oh, I didn't see that pop up at the top. Thank you, darling. So happy we can send super chats now. Yes, you can, darling. Thank you. Do you have a question? And the guys that don't care about chasing me, regardless how hot they are, yes. Affirmations for 2 of my SPs annoying ass friends to leave our lives permanently. We'll just say they've left our lives. They're not with us anymore. They're not around. I remember when they used to be around. Where have they gone? As long as you fix your ads, I'm so happy for you. Star Moon did it. Star Moon Space. She fixed it. She fixed it for me in 20 minutes. How can I let go of the old story and manifest a completely different story with a new partner? Write the old story out, go burn it, then keep focusing on the new story, darling. New story, new story. Laugh my ass if I don't drink. It's to describe how I feel. Oh, okay. You're just describing how you feel. Okay. Got it. So I don't feel like that anymore. I wake up refreshed every morning. I've skipped all my Zoom classes, but come to every live. Oh, really? Hi, Star Moon, darling. I had to refresh. I don't know why it reverted back to my old name handle. I was scared me got retracted my message. Oh, is that what it was? I just want to say super chat works now. Yes, darling, it does. Thank you. You fixed that for me. Have you made that an LLC now, darling? Star Moon Space. I lied to my parents about the reason for not working at my place any longer. My mum does my taxes and don't want her to find out the truth. What do I do? Help. My mum doesn't care about my work anymore. She doesn't pry into my business. She knows everything's my business is my business. She doesn't pry in my business anymore. She doesn't care. So that's done. As soon as I get into relationships, I worry that I'm not interesting enough. How do I fix this? I know it has to do with self-concept. I'm more than interesting enough. I'm never boring. I remember when I used to think I was boring. Everyone thinks I'm the most interesting person. I thrill everyone. When I walk in a room, everyone wants to take notice of me. Everyone takes notice of me. Everyone wants to talk to me. Everyone loves having relationships with me. Oh, wow, the birthday party situation you just shared mirror linked to what surfaced for me this weekend. C cause was my mum's choice not to support my friendships. Not chosen by others, clearly then assumed in like we apparently irrationally do as children. Like I was sitting at my birthday, I'm not joking, but 12 people were coming and 5 people turned up. And I was like, and I just kept getting these messages. Sorry, I can't come. Like every excuse under the sun. I was just looking at it like, and the next day on the live, I was just laughing about it like, wow. And I remember my ex rang me. He's like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, are we done with this conversation? Bye. And I just hung up the phone on him. And he kept texting me, calling me, and I haven't spoken to him since August. And I shouldn't have got so triggered, but I was just like, dude, you're a prime example of me feeling not chosen. So I'm just out. You're out. Because I just don't care enough about him. I was had the same thing. I could not see my body naked just like you until I found you. Now I can tell myself I love you in the mirror. Oh, wonderful, Antonio. Yeah. Well done, Star Moon. Yes, she's a genius. Can you get rid of stretch marks with visualization? Yes, darling. Oh, my skin is so smooth. My complexion is perfection. I remember when I used to have stretch marks. I don't have them anymore. Yes, do. I lost 57 kilos, scars over 200 stitches, new belly button, learned to walk again. So I walk like a queen, thinking my scars are a map of the journey. Oh, Leah, really? Oh, wonderful, darling. That's great. A map of the journey. That's lovely. What's this? Why? I've got to the bottom, but I'm seeing half of Jane Blackburn's message, 1 of 2. But where's 2? Where's part 2? Loz, I met SP for the first time for coffee in his office. We'd only spoken on the phone before, but when things were going well and we both wanted to find someone to build relationships with. Yes, where's the rest? What? Where's the rest of this? This is really weird. I can't, when you give me the rest of that, Jane, I'll answer the rest. You once said when you realise you created it, you can't go back to old thinking. It's so true. I physically can't blame others for what they do. It's a huge moment when you realise it and you just go, well, it's all me. It's all me. I have one more meeting this Wednesday with my business partners, then I'll look into the LLC. Is it going to be star moon space or just moon space? I love it. I love it. Either way, it's hilarious. So original. So I met a guy I really like at the weekend. He definitely seemed into me, and we haven't spoken since then. I'm worried I'm giving off desperate energy. How do I make sure I don't scare him off? Well, stop doing anything in the 3D that's causing you to think you're in desperate energy. Stop thinking desperate thoughts and start thinking he loves me. He can't stop thinking about me. He's been masturbating furiously about me ever since he saw me. He can't get me off his mind. He's obsessed with me because I'm so chosen and so special and so unique and so beautiful and so. All the things that back up your subconcept. Well, approximately how long does it take for my subconcept to happen in 3D and how long is it till it's fully manifested? Fuck do I know, Ellie? No one in the whole vast world can answer that question because they're not in your subconscious mind. It takes as long as it takes for you to convince your subconscious that it's true. Have you convinced your subconscious that it's true? That's how long it takes. Jane, hang on. Now I see the second part of your message. Loz, I met SP for the first time for coffee in his office. We'd only spoken on the phone before, but things were going well and we both wanted to find someone to build a relationship with. 2, we chatted for a while, but ended with him saying, wanting to have sex there and then, and I said no, left soon after, no contact for over a week. Well, guys, when you haven't seen each other ever, I'm sure the first time you ever see each other, you're probably attracted to each other and you probably want to have sex. Don't be thrown by it. Why are you insulted by that? So you don't have a physical relationship, suddenly you can be physical and you're getting insulted that's what they wanted, right? So why were you insulted by that? That's what I'd investigate, Jane. Or is he just using me? That's all he wants from me. Why didn't you give it the meaning? He's so fucking attracted to me. He's been masturbating furiously about me every time we're on the phone. He can't stop thinking about me. He just wanted me so bad because we haven't been able to be physical with each other, and it's just him expressing his love for me because he's a guy, and guys do shit like that sometimes because they're guys that you're giving a bad meaning. Why are you doing that? Because I physically got rid of the old story, but sometimes starts to come back in my mind sometimes it does, guys. When I realize that, I start thinking of a new story I wrote, even if it does not feel real or feels weird. Guys, sometimes it won't feel real. Don't worry about it. What's this? Hang on, I missed some things. Mine was people didn't come to me. I always went to them, and I just auto did this without realizing imbalance was because mum was precious about a tidy house. Oh, okay. So you always went to them and all that stuff. I'm not sure. I love Mitch's name more, Mitchell Buckles. Loz, did you try to manifest your scars away? I'm trying to manifest mine away. I've actually never bothered, but I suppose I should. SP mentioned that I'm not loyal. What's the subconscious shit behind this? Not talking to each other. What do you feel? People don't believe you. They abandon you. You're not trusted. You're not enough. Something's wrong with you. So if you think something's essentially wrong with you, they'll pick holes in what's wrong with you and reflect back something's wrong with you. Loz, my SP2 is the nephew of a prime minister, and an assumption is getting to me that they will judge me. If you're a prime minister, who fucking cares? Prime ministers are just normal people. They just happen to have a situation, like a position of office. Don't worry about it, darling. Who cares? Stop thinking people will judge you. That's you feeling not good enough, feeling judged, feeling not special enough, not unique enough, not enough. I'm more than good enough. I'm the best choice. Revision. My parents were always welcoming and supportive of all my friends coming over. Others love my company so much they all still come to me no matter where I am. That's great, Tanya. That's a great revision. Yes. I just didn't want to do it in his office, but I didn't want to lose him. Oh, well, okay. Well, don't have the dominant assumption that he's going to care about that. Okay. So just have the dominant assumption that he loves how you respect yourself and you didn't want to fuck him over the desk. And then give a good meaning, and he respects you now, and he's going to take you out on a nice date or invite you to his house next time. Katarina, where's the first part of this? Okay, so I met a guy I really like at the weekend. He definitely seemed into me, and we have spoken since. I'm worried I'm giving off desperate energy. How do I make sure I don't scare him off? Well, stop thinking you're going to scare him off. See, I've been messaging him, and I'm worried I've scared him off with my messaging. Well, fucking put the phone down. Should I stop messaging him? Yes. And affirm that he always messaged me? Yes. I'm worried I've screwed everything up. Don't beat yourself up. Put the phone down. Stop being a needy bitch. And just imagine he's coming towards you. It doesn't matter that I messaged him. He loved how crazy I acted. He loved all the messages. Thought it was cute. Have the assumption he loved all the attention, darling. Give it good meaning. Okay, and work on the I'm not good enough shit that's making you act needy. Loz, do people think what you affirm, telepathy, even if you don't fully believe your affirmations? I know the answer will be yes. Yes. Even if you don't fully believe it, they'll still say it. I can get my vet to say things within minutes. When I'm at the vet and I want them to say a certain thing for my cat, I will sit there and affirm while they've taken my cat out the back, and they'll walk out and say the exact sentence I just said in my mind. I've done it twice now with 2 different vets. I get doctors to do it too. I also get people on planes to do it when they tell me they don't have the food. We've run out of chicken. I think I get the chicken. I get the chicken. I love my chicken meal. I love eating chicken. Next minute I go, I'd really like the chicken. And they come out and bring me chicken. And people look at me, oh, how come you got chicken? Because I'm magic, bitch. Okay? I just didn't want to do it. Oh, okay, got that one. Been manifesting my SP, me and my friend went to this random activity course out of the blue, and he was there. Oh, wonderful. Seeing him tomorrow now. Oh, wonderful, darling. You're right. You did that. I did that with it. He loves my craziness, and he thinks it's hot now. Oh, he loves your hot crazy. He thinks you're what's that saying? You're a hot mess. He loves it. You're a hot crazy mess. Love that, darling. I'm trying to pinpoint exactly what is my self-concept that caused this. Cause what, Amy? Lost my SP goes to me after an argument. Then after a few months, sent me a goodbye message. Then after being in and out of touch, he sent me a few more goodbye messages. I haven't spoken to him since. After an argument. So did you have the assumption after the argument you did something wrong? Do you have abandonment issues from childhood where someone actually left your reality? Or do you feel that you're going to be rejected because you did things wrong or you're not enough? It's probably most likely you associated the argument with he's not going to want me now, or he doesn't like that I acted crazy, or I fucked things up, and then you assume you'll be rejected because of it. You're going to think, where am I getting that from in childhood? I've noticed SP came back, but then pushed him to show more commitment, and then he disappeared. Well, that will happen. What to do now? Well, stop pushing him for commitment and imagine he's committed to you, and work out why you're pushing him. Why couldn't you assume he loved you? Why were you feeling unloved, unwanted, and unchosen? And affirm against that. Being manifesting my SP, me and my friend went to this random activity course out of the blue, but he was there. Oh, I saw that one. That's great. Hi, Florine. Clarissa, I don't want to lose it this time. What affirmations can I use? Well, don't assume you're going to lose it. Stop thinking you've got a real dominant assumption you fuck things up. So stop saying you fuck things up. I don't fuck things up. Doesn't matter what I do, I can't fuck this up. I can act like a crazy bitch and he doesn't care because I'm more than good enough. I'm the chosen one, etc. Guys, you can watch this straight back afterwards, so you can get all the affirmations. I've had people say some of the affirmations I have back to me. Oh, wonderful, Gagan. What undesirable stuff would you say best ignored to change, and what stuff would you say revised to change? For example, I can ignore the third party, distance. What else would you say? Ignore, blocked, or revise it? Well, it's up to you guys. If you can't ignore it, then accept it. I can't tell you what to ignore or not ignore because you might find it impossible to ignore. Like I might say, ignore the third party at all costs. Well, if you work with them and they're in front of your face all day kissing your SP, well, it might be hard to ignore them. So you have to accept them. Got it? So telepathic is instant. Everything's instant in manifestation, guys, because creation is finished, right? You've got to understand that creation's finished. It is there existing already in a parallel reality you can't see. It's just you thinking it dominantly enough for it to manifest in your made manifest. So you've got to understand everything's already existing, but to make it manifest, you've got to dominantly assume it's true. To make manifest in your reality, to see it with your eyeballs. It's already there. You just can't see it yet until you dominantly assume it's already here. Make sense? Not the best explanation. To make manifest means to make seen in front of your eyes in your physical reality, which means it actually already exists. You're just making it manifest. It already exists, you're making it manifest. So when you're sending the thought out, the situation you want already exists. You're just sending the thought to make the person take action to bring that come about in your reality to make it manifest. Because people move to make it so. To make manifest. Probably not the best explanation. My explanations on quantum physics is poor. I need to really improve that. My question seems to disappear. I realize my self-concept is rooted in fear of rejection. I heard I have no time as a child on a daily basis. How do I deal with this? Everyone has time for me. Everyone makes time for me. I am the number one priority in everyone's life. I'm everyone's favorite person. Everyone showers me with affection and attention. I am always given the time I need. I am always given everyone's time when I need it. People love spending time with me. Go and do my I am a priority sleep tape. I know it says banish the third party, but it's about being priority in everyone's life. Interested in your view on what's more powerful with certain things when reprogramming. What's up to your mind, darling? I can't tell you because I'm not in your mind. I can't wrap my head around how people in the UK are on your live in the morning on a Tuesday, lol. And this is so odd to me. I'm having breakfast watching you rather than my usual dinner. Yeah, time zones are a weird thing, aren't they? I always sit with my notebook taking notes and write down all the affirmations. Love your lives. Oh, do you, darling? God, that freaks me out thinking people are writing notes of what I'm saying. How strange. When I've spoken to SP, when he says take care, sometimes it triggers my abandonment. Well, just imagine he doesn't say take care. He says bye, babe, or something. Just imagine he doesn't say that anymore. Miss Loz's sometimes visualizations of pictures previously saw of SP and third party come to mind. I'm quick to get back on the horse and banish these, but is there a way to lessen them popping in my head? That bitch doesn't exist in my reality anymore. She's gone. She's dead to me. Dead to me. Say something like that, like banish her. I banish you. I release you. Like you're saged her out of your mind. I'm saging you. I'm banishing you. I may the power of the Lord compel you, whatever he says in The Exorcist. You're saging her out of your brain, right? Go and watch The Exorcist and sage that bitch. Okay? And then just see you and your SP together in your mind. Just focus on him and you, him and you, him and you, him and you. We have bumped into each other. Oh. In random places like Reading, Manchester. We both live in Wales and we always see each other in places we couldn't imagine. My friends can't get their heads around how we keep bumping into each other in random places. Oh, that's crazy because you're doing that. Wonderful. Thank you, Loz. I'm so happy that I found you, even though I had some major realization that was painful, how my self-concept really was much worse than I thought. Look, guys, sometimes it is a painful realization, but that's how you get results. That's why so many people are getting results in my group with their self-concept, because we're actually owning our shit here and investigating what it is. We're not just saying, I'm a queen. I'm treated like a queen, because that no worky when you've got some deep self-concept shit that doesn't make you feel like a fucking queen. Hi, Selma. I haven't looked at his social media in a while, though, because I know it might still get possibly triggered. Well, fucking don't look. Morning, Loz. Been in no contact with both SPs. For a few weeks. I used that time to go hard on self-concept, and yesterday one of them reached out and the other one reached out a few hours ago. Thank you. Oh, wonderful, Denise. Thank you for everything you teach us. Oh, you did that, darling. My friend always gets jealous of friends. So if I tell her to do the chosen affirmations, we'll just dissolve the jealousy, or just say she's not jealous anymore. She's not a jealous friend. She doesn't get jealous of me. If you've got a dominant assumption she's jealous, she'll turn up jealous. You don't have to give them affirmations and make them change, guys. You can just imagine them differently. Imagine lovingly for them. See for the blind man. I don't know why I tell you every time I manage to manifest things. I just have to tell you, otherwise I feel crazy. Oh, guys, sometimes people love telling me their success story in the live just to validate that it's happened. Danielle, what's this? Oh, God, just jumped again. So SP said he didn't want kids after him bringing up kids with me in the past. Should I stay and keep affirming differently, or is it just a way for him to push me away because poor self-concept? Probably both. What do you think, Donna? It's always a reflection of your self-concept. Always. He doesn't want me, he doesn't want kids with me because I'm not enough. Because I'm not chosen by him. He will choose another girl to have kids with, but not me because I'm not enough. Any of those thoughts? Tanya, I see. So if we just some things for what it is and live in the end, assuming it'll all conform to living in the end, no worry about the how, just know it all will happen. Yep, never worry about the how, guys. The how will find his ways are past finding out. That's what that means. You don't know the way it's going to happen. You don't know the how, so don't worry about the how. My SP was talking about bringing me everywhere in the world to live with him, blah, blah, blah. Then he ignored me the next day and spent 2 weeks. Did you start thinking that was too good to be true? Did you start thinking, oh, I hope he just flake on me? Did you start thinking, God, this sounds like the Tinder swindler. It sounds too good to be true? You thinking anything like that? Also, I want to thank you for all you do. Before I started following you, I was in a dark place. I am now a better and more improved person. You have given me the confidence and courage I lost. Thank you. Oh, Brianna, wonderful, darling. Oh, look, I was in a dark place before I found all this shit. Join the club, darling. One. I read your Telepathy question, and boom, you mentioned me. Coincidence? Yes. No coincidence. I didn't want to tell the old story, but I don't really understand which thought created that I was confident. What, Florine? Where's the beginning? Did I answer already? My energy is still off after the situation with my maid. Thoughts of her wanting to quit comes to mind. She's moping around. Well, stop saying she wants to quit. Stop saying she's moping. Start saying you're the leader. You run the household. She listens to you and she does whatever you want. Wood's saying I'm the only woman for SP because all other women he meets don't like that he has a kid. Be a good way to affirm that I'm the only one for him. I don't want to accidentally affect his kids. Guys, you can say that everyone he meets doesn't like his shyness or his kids or his tattoos or his this or that, whatever it is about him you pick that people don't like, but that's still you thinking those people are competition and you're talking about the competition. I just want you to assume they only want me. They only want me. He only wants me. Saying other people don't like him is keeping other people in your reality and in his reality. That doesn't stop him liking them, does it? Was my SP just messaged me? Oh, Magpie, really? I love it. Love a message on a live. Racine, do you believe in past lives? Yes. My SP said he's had 7 past lives and lived in ancient Egypt. I don't know how to deal with it. Thank you for all you do. I also want her to be more affectionate. Look, guys, the only reason I believe in it was because I went to a past life regression therapy as a present. My brother bought me for a birthday present. I never would have done it. Didn't believe in any of that stuff. Went and did it. And it was so fucking freaky as hell that I was a famous person who lived in like pre-Shakespearean times. And when I went and researched this person afterwards, I had said a whole lot of stuff about this person that I didn't know. Where did I get that from? It was like the stuff was so specific. And I was like, the hell? So kind of convinced me that it's probably true. Because if you can quantum leap into different realities, why can't you quantum leap from the past to the future? I think it's entirely possible. But I might sound like a nut saying all that. But when I went and researched this person, I was like, oh my God, that was all the stuff I just said. And I didn't know anything about that before. When people say to let go of the outcome, does that really mean the how and the when? It just means the how, when it happens, how it's going to come about, but not what you want. None of this letting go of wanting your desire bullshit that LOA say. No, actually, I didn't think it was too good to be true. I don't remember what was happening in my head. I just knew I was ready to pack my bag. I don't understand. What's your question referring to, darling? Will SP say she does not use social media, but then talks about talking to her friends on social media and has contact with friends on the phone, tells me she doesn't use it? I asked to join. She says no. Well, Will, if you feel left out by her, feel ignored by her, feel like she doesn't make you the priority, she'll lie about things like that. And then you'll be feeling like I'm not good enough to be friends with on social media, or you don't pay me enough attention. That's about your self-concept reflecting to her, okay? I am on my self-concept so bad, and I'm beginning to live in the end. And yesterday my SP messaged me that he missed me and he thinks of me every fucking day. Oh, baby, really? Well, it's a crazy question. But is the afterlife like heaven and hell is also an assumption? As a well, look, Neville's interpretation of the Bible and Abdullah's interpretation of the original scriptures is that heaven is your mind and hell is doubt, right? The state of doubt. So heaven and hell aren't two entities and places that you go because you sinned. To sin is to miss the mark. That's the alter break translation of sin, is to miss the mark, to not get your desire, to not manifest what you want, to miss the mark. That's what it actually means, the word sin. So to sin means that you missed what you wanted and then you go to hell. Like you're in a perpetual purgatory of your own making because you didn't get what you wanted. Heaven is the brain's capacity up here, Golgotha, right? So this is getting very biblical, but in the Bible it says that Jesus was crucified upon Golgotha. Well, Golgotha means the skull, right? So he was crucified within his own skull. So the older translation is saying words that actually mean your mind, within you, within. So heaven is within you. That's what heaven, the literal translation of heaven is. When I do a podcast with Zetty, who's a pastor who understands all this, she'll be able to explain this really well. Because when you understand that, it's like it all is talking about an allegory about you, the person, being heaven and hell and God in you. Mm-hmm. I really didn't explain that very well. Love your rants. What's the opinion of Neville Goddard coaches / other practicing Neville Goddard advising that we shouldn't affirm as it's not self-love? Self-love is to simply accept we are more than good enough right now. Are these people retarded in the way they've read Neville? Okay, I don't mean to use the word retarded, but Neville talks about mental diet. You've got to keep on top of your mental diet. What are your thoughts all day? They are affirmations. So if you're not keeping on top of your mental diet and you're having negative affirmations in your brain all day, that's why you use affirmations to get rid of those. Now, Neville wasn't a massive affirmer, but he did say be on top of your mental diet, which is affirming. It's new thought that you think is true eventually. You state as true. That's what an affirmation is. At the moment, you're stating as true a whole lot of shit that's not helping you. That's your crappy mental diet. He said to keep on top of your mental diet. I don't think there's a lot of people teaching straight Neville who really understand Neville, except maybe Joseph Ally. And even then, Joe says a whole lot of stuff about dropping the seed that I still think is slightly askew because he's talking about dropping the seed and walking away and never thinking about it again. And that's also not what Neville said. He said, keep on top of your mental diet and persist. Don't let the seed die. And Joe talks about it like letting the seed die sometimes. Joseph Rodriguez and Joseph Ally are probably the only two people on TikTok who straight talk about Neville correctly. As on TikTok, on YouTube. Be very careful who you listen to, guys. So there are some fucking idiots. Is it okay to use the word never in affirmations? I'm still trying to get out of the law of attraction mindset. I say I never get sick all the time, and I never get sick. Except stomach sick, because I keep meaning flu sick. I didn't think, so I have to start thinking stomach sick as well. I didn't even think of it from the point of view, thank you, I swear you're a genius. Oh, what did I say, Ali? I don't know what I said. I didn't even think of it from that point of view. Okay, good. I reacted emotionally over small stuffs, and now we're in no contact. I keep having an urge to explain myself and apologize to her. I wonder if it's trying to control the situation. Yes, if you try and explain, that's from a feeling of I'm not good enough, I fuck things up, I have to fix this because I'm not enough and I screw things up thinking. I'm a big fixer. I'm a big I screw things up thinker. Okay, so I will constantly think I've done something wrong and need to fix it, need to reach out, need to apologize. That's where that's coming from. Stop that. Oh, what's this, Shika? Thank you for the super chat, darling. Oh, hang on. What did it say? Wednesday, I scripted revision to an incident I see as the reason my husband left. Then Friday, he brought it up along with lots of nasty comments and all but confirmed it was the reason. Part of process? Yes. So that can be a bridge of incidents playing out that you now are confirming, okay, well, fuck. This is the dominant reason I thought it all happened, and now he's talking about it, and this is the bridge of incidents for us to resolve it or whatever. Okay? So now you can go and revise it completely and imagine he never brings it up again, or that you get to have good discussions now when he brings it up if you do want to discuss it, and that's going to be the bridge of incidents to resolving it. So, guys, don't be scared that if you've revised and someone keeps bringing it up, well, maybe that's going to be the bridge of incidents to resolve it. that a discussion is going to ensue that helps the situation and brings you back together because you sit there and express your emotions and be vulnerable with each other, and it's going to help the situation and resolve it and bring everything to what you want, because that's the bridge. Understand? So that's good, darling. I would give that excellent meaning and just affirm the end that you want and assume that whatever happens now is leading you towards that end. Make sense? The end of you guys being back together. And guys, back to where I was. Hi, can I affirm for my mother to be healthy? She had cancer and got kidney removed. She can live with one kidney. She's fine with one kidney. My mother is thriving with health. I remember she used to have the C word. She doesn't have the C word anymore. Her cells are renewing themselves. She's thriving. See her healthy, darling. I saw that one. About him saying he wants to live with me and then ignored me. Oh, okay. Well, stop thinking he's ignoring you. Stop thinking he doesn't want to live with you. Imagine him living with you, darling. Loz, can you share the link to the past life regression person? I don't even know if she has a website or anything. My brother bought it for me from a past life regression person in Perth, and that person recommended this lady in Kent in the UK, and I had to catch a train down to her house. I don't remember her phone number. I just rang her up and said, I have an appointment. And she said, yes, here you go. Your brother's paid for it. Come on this date. And I was like, okay. I had no idea what it was going to be. Her name was, oh, shit, can't think of her name. It was years ago. It was when I was 39, because it was my 39th birthday. I remember because he gave it to me on a boat, my dad's boat in Greece, and said, here you go. And I said, what the hell is this? Hang on. Where am I? Part 1, Loz. 1 or 2 weeks ago, I briefly thought I have more money than I can count and visualized having an amount of euros in my account. Checked my balance last week and an insurance was deposited as a bit more than the amount I visualized. I was sure that insurance was going to be 2 times less. Oh, amazing, darling. Do you think the people who have passed over get our thoughts and respond? Oh, I think so. Why not? They're still spirit. They're still here. You just can't see them. Hi, Loz. Reached out to my SP after several months and he asked me if I had a boyfriend. I said no, jokingly asked him if he could reintroduce anyone to me. And jokingly asked him if he could introduce anyone to me. And after asking my ideal type, he left me on red. How can I give this good meaning? Well, just think that he got a bit jelly and he got a bit upset and a bit hurt because he loves you so much, darling. So do you want him or do you want someone who's going to introduce you to? I don't understand. Hang on, guys. I just have to turn my air conditioner off because I literally am freezing. Wait a minute. What are you two doing? You want dinner, do you? Sorry, guys. So give a good meaning, whatever meaning you want, darling. Hi from London. What can you affirm to be fluent in French? I've not been the best at learning. Oh, just say I am a fluent French speaker. I love speaking French. I parle français so easily. Just say you speak French. I speak French so well. I learned it from a book. Say it like Manuel. He has me restricted and essentially ghosted me for the past 3 days. I didn't react and didn't cry, freak out, knew he'd be back. I met another guy, potentially SP2. I don't know what SP1 wants right now, though, at 4:30 a.m. What's this? He had restricted ghost over the past 3 days. I didn't react, didn't cry, freak out, knew he had to be back. Oh, so you knew he'd be back and he was. Wonderful. Again, love your truth bombs. Thanks for that rant. Okay, good, Tanya. I had to drop my brother off, was following a police car on the way back. Oh, God, this just jumped. They went into the petrol station at the bottom of my road, SP and an officer. Oh, really? SP is an officer. Oh, okay. Oh, my God, I tell you what is hell, purgatory, attempting to let go of the desire that some NG spiritual coaches wrongly push we should be attempting to be in the void is fucking mental hell. Look, guys, be very careful who you listen to. I never felt more like wanting the ground to swallow me up in my entire life following that wrong teaching. Guys, there are a lot of people who think they're teaching Neville. There's a girl who thinks she's pure Neville. She gets on her podcast and all these things and says, I'm a Neville expert. And she literally misquotes Neville constantly and says it's all about the feelings. And I'm like, Candace, you're a fucking idiot. You know what I'm talking about. She goes on about feelings all the time and doesn't understand that Neville said, when I say feeling, I do not mean emotion. She goes on about feelings. What are you talking about, you stupid bitch? Do you think with past life regression and spiritual waking is more spiritual than law of assumption, or is it like the same? Sorry if I'm confusing. You've got to think of it this way, guys. Source energy in you is your spirit, your God self. When you die, you don't go anywhere. You're still here. Your meat suit just dies. This is just ashes to ashes, dust to dust. It disappears, but you're still here, right? Nothing is created nor destroyed. You're always here to start with and you always stay. They are all linked because it's the source in you, the energy in you, the God self in you, your subconscious that's causing your reality. That's the spirit within you doing that. It's very linked, right? And it's not a religious belief. It's a belief in your God self. It's not religion-based law of assumption. It's very anti-religion. That's a dogma that someone attached to the book they found called the Bible, and they said, this is what this book means. No, bitch, it's not what the book meant. You misunderstood it, and now you're making everyone think it meant this when it didn't mean what you think it means. Got it? Oh, he sent me a thing. Malibu Milk. My thing is I'm defective, making me feel like I'm not wanted / chosen. I've been saying I'm not broken, I'm whole. What more can I say? Right, darling. So you've got to think, where am I getting that from? Okay, so feeling defective, feeling like you're not good enough could come from people criticizing you as a child, being strict with you as a child, telling you you're doing things wrong, physically having something defective wrong with you, having a learning disability, having brothers and sisters who bullied you and made you feel not good enough, not being given enough attention, being made to feel too smart, and the kids at school bullied you because you were intelligent. Something was different or not enough about you, okay, that made you stand out or not stand out. Okay, and made you feel different and defective and wrong in some way, and therefore you will feel that way in life and think that because of that, people won't want you. Or when they find this out about me, if it's a secret or hidden thing, then they won't want you. Okay, so you've got to discover what that is and then affirm against that. So saying, I am not broken, I am whole now, I am perfect just the way I am, I was wonderfully made. When God made me, he broke the mold. When God made me perfect. I am more than perfect. Everyone loves everything about me. And embrace whatever you think is different about you, darling, rather than trying to say, sometimes saying I'm perfect is very hard. Maybe embrace some of the things that you feel a bit broken about. Okay, well, that made me who I am. What's that vase analogy? What's that thing in Japan where they say the broken vase is the best vase because they got all the broken bits and mended it with gold? And they say that that vase is more precious because it's broken. See yourself as the broken vase, darling, and now you are whole but broken at the same time, and that makes you wonderful and different and special. I embrace my defectiveness by saying, I am different. And because I'm so different, that makes me unique. So there's no girl like me in the whole world. There's no one in the whole world like me. And I can believe that because I actually think I am different, because I actually am physically and have had things happen to me that are different that other people haven't experienced. So I can say that about myself and believe it. And it helps me, actually. So embrace what's different about you sometimes, darling, might help. Malibu Milk, I was ill as a child. So if you're ill as a child, then you might think you're going to get ill now. You'll feel unsafe in the world. You think you might be unsafe now with the C word around you all the time. You might assume that something's wrong with your body, or people won't like your body when they see different things about your body that are different. You might assume you might have a vulnerability to harm, feeling like you're going to be harmed, or you'll be hurt in some way in life because you were constantly ill as a child. You might have been mollycoddled and overprotected and made to feel like you couldn't do things, or things weren't safe, or your people were like, oh, be careful, and so you can't try anything, start anything, you feel like you're going to fail, so you never even try, you procrastinate. A whole lot of things that come from that, darling. Investigate what's come from that that's now stopping you from doing things in life or having beliefs that are holding you back, and then flip those into affirmations. Hello from Tanzania. Oh, truly enjoy your videos. You are so real and beautiful. Oh, thank you, Veronica. Thank you so much. The defects we have is what makes us most lovable. Yes, Lila, I love that. When we identify where our low self-concept comes from, what should we do? Understand that we should write a new self-concept, but is that enough to get rid of all the negativity from when we were young? When you identify what it is, sit down and write the opposite. So if you feel like there is something wrong with me, there is nothing wrong with me, I'm perfect just the way I am, I am wonderfully made, I am perfection, right? You write the opposite of the belief you're holding, right? And then start really stepping in the state of being that person. Script the new you. Have inner conversations with yourself about the new you. Have visualizations about the new you, including those affirmations or seeing the new you. Hi, Loz. My SP wants to be with me, but his parents are a different religion and don't accept me. What does this have to do with my self-concept? Because I know the SP is happy with me. You feel not accepted, not good enough to be accepted, right? So if you feel not good enough in yourself, you'll feel like other people won't accept you. But if you just felt good enough, you wouldn't care about the religion. You might also have an assumption things don't work out for you, relationships don't work out, that negative things happen to you, that the world is against you and you don't get what you want. because the world is hard, because you've got beliefs about things like religion and different religion and things stop you and there's obstacles. Don't believe in the obstacle of the religion, darling. Take that away. Take it away. When are you going to set up the group coaching sessions? Give me a month, guys. The Bible is man's written version of what religion is, and your power is given to you in a different entity. Neville translated to it is God is within you, which is what the Bible says. Power is within you. Yes. Thank you, Loz. As you said, I think I keep thinking I messed up by reacting emotionally. In this case, can I just affirm she forgave me already and I'm always forgiven? Yes, darling, absolutely. That's perfect. I actually like when people have scars. I think it makes your character and makes you unique. Oh, wonderful. Will SP still come back if we just focus on ourselves for a change? Yes, guys, because they're just reflecting you. So if you focus on you, they'll come back. I've been working on self-concept and manifesting back and everything was going well. Then suddenly for the past 10 days, he's ghosted me, trying not to react, but I'm human and wondering what I'm doing wrong. Darling, were you thinking he's pulling away? Were you thinking you'd done something wrong? Were you worried? Were you saying it's too good to be true? Were you worried when he sent a text and he left you on red for 5 minutes to start spiraling and freaking out? Stop assuming you've been ghosted and assess what you were thinking. Because I've listened to so many coaches in the last 5 years. However, this is the first time I like someone so much. I want to come to every live. I never made an effort to contact the other coaches. Oh, Antonio, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Oh, well, before finding you, I was going through a breakup and I vented and ranted to my friends about how shit my SP was. Oh, look, people do, darling. Don't worry about it. Before realizing I did that, got that sorted now. But now, how do I get my friends and family to drop this old story assumption? I want to fully live in the old new story. They don't remember any of that shit I said. Revise it. Revise it. You ever told them that? They love my SP. They think that we're great together. They fully support us. They can totally see us together. They think we're getting back together. Say that. And they'll never mention him again, and stop mentioning your SP to them and stop talking about your SP to them and assume no one's going to bring them up. Coach you mentioned charges £965 an hour for a one-to-one, etc. I stopped listening then when I found that out. £965 an hour for a one-to-one. Who the fuck is this bitch or person? Who is that? And they don't even understand Neville's teachings. And they reckon they're a Neville Goddard expert. Are you fucking for real? Who is that? Tell me the name. Name and shame. I don't mind naming and shaming people who are rorting people, guys. Your lives always make me feel better. Oh, good. Thank you so much, Lois. How do I remove religion as an obstacle after it's been so ingrained? Religion doesn't affect me. I don't focus on the obstacles anymore. I am the leader of my reality. I'm the operant power here. It does not operate itself, and I am running this shit. And if I decide that religion doesn't affect me, it doesn't fucking affect me in my reality because I run this shit. I run this shit. It no longer affects me. I've got rid of that stupid belief. Always make me feel better. Okay, good. Thank you so much, Lois. How do I remove religion? I saw the one. Honestly, I haven't tuned into a live in months. I think I need to start again because you hold me accountable. Oh, good, Danielle. I remember you from before. The times when you've gotten SP back, how have you navigated that initial conversation with them? What initial conversation? You just pretend it never fucking happened, guys. You don't have an initial conversation. You don't sit there going, let's talk about the breakup. You just go, babe, don't talk about it. Let's not talk about it. What's the point? Don't talk about it. Can you just clarify feeling? I am right in understanding feeling is the secret. Is it naturally feeling of living in assumption of already embodying, experiencing it? Neville means the feeling of having it. That means your five senses, what you would hear, smell, taste, feel, and touch, as in your senses. So if you were rich, how would you experience wealth? You would have nice clothes on. You would live in a lovely house. You would see a mansion. You would get into Aston Martin. You would be experiencing smelling beautiful perfume and eating beautiful food. It's not feeling happy. It's experiencing what you would see, hear, feel, touch, and experience if you were wealthy. It's not feeling a feeling. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Bill Gates doesn't walk around all fucking day going, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm wealthy. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm wealthy. If I stop feeling happy that I'm wealthy, it's going to go away. Oh, I better feel happy all day that I'm wealthy. He's just in the state of wealthy and experiencing wealth all fucking day. Got it? Think about this logically. The people who are famous aren't walking around being happy and grateful that they're famous. The people who are wealthy aren't happy and grateful that they're wealthy. They're in the state of wealth. They're in the state of famous. They're in the state of number one athlete. They're in the state of adored if they're the Tinder swindler and everyone loves them and gives them money. They're in a different state, guys. That's the feeling of having it, not feelings. It's called feeling is the secret, not feelings are the secret. It's a big difference. So when you were a teacher, what year did you teach? I taught senior school, so year 8 to 12, mostly year 8 to 10, actually. 7 to 10, mostly. I struggle to believe in this stuff. How can I get more confident? I've manifested stuff, but I wonder if it's just coincidence. How'd you find your face in the process? Lila, look at your shitty life. Is there anything you manifested with your shitty subconscious thought, like a breakup or bad money situation or losing your job or your parents fighting with you all the time or your friends leaving you or someone being jealous? Ta-da, you did that. Darling, manifesting isn't something to do. It's what you're doing all the time with your subconscious mind. Please go and watch my videos because you're hella lost. When friends ask about process with me and SP, what should I say? Because I don't want to perpetuate my current circumstances. Should I say I don't want to talk about it? Yes, please. And Lila, go and watch my How to Manifest video on my YouTube. The How to Manifest playlist. Go and watch the whole thing if you don't understand this. And go test yourself and see. How do I manifest full custody and my ex-partner working away? I have full custody of my children. My ex doesn't bother us anymore. He lives far away. But do you really want that for your kids? Your partner not being near your kids? Guys, really think logically about what you're trying to manifest. Sometimes it'll affect other people in a non-good way. Up to you, John. When friends ask about progress with me and SP, say you don't want to talk about it. It is really amazing how we can change situations around. Even though I fucked up a few times, lol, I'm changing my life for good now. Life is good. Thanks for everything, Loz. Oh, wonderful, JC. What's your best advice against having intrusive thoughts? I've worked on self-concept a lot for the past few weeks. I've gotten movement from SP, sometimes hot and cold, but I hate getting intrusive thoughts. Darling, stop saying they're intruding your brain. They're not intrusive. They're just negative thoughts. You're noticing more. No one has any more thoughts than anyone else. We'll have the same amount of thoughts per day. You don't overthink and there's nothing intruding on you. You're just noticing them more because they're thoughts you don't want to think. So now just affirm more thoughts you do want to think, which is the point of the affirmations. And stop saying you have intrusive thoughts. Had a bad date last week. Embarrassing. I didn't message him today. He blocked me and everything. So much shame and guilt, blaming myself, issues with perfectionism and being wanted and chosen. Well, stop beating yourself up. Start doing the I am chosen sleep tape all fucking day as well as nighttime, darling, and start using those affirmations because you're beating yourself up because you feel not good enough in yourself and that you do things wrong because of your childhood. Stop saying that. All right, guys, I'll go soon because I've been here forever. I've been here for 1 hour and 47 minutes. This is the longest YouTube I've ever done, I think. Or maybe the first one was 2 hours long. So, guys, please do come to my TikTok if you don't follow me there. Please do make sure to be on the live tomorrow if you're awake, which is 9 p.m. EST. You can watch this back. What should we call it? We will call it, what do we talk about in this? What do we talk about a lot in this one? Divorce. We'll call it divorce. And what else do we talk about? We'll call it and law of assumption. We'll call it divorce and law of assumption because we talked about law of assumption, what it actually is, I guess. Or we'll call it Neville Goddard. Neville's teachings. That's what we'll talk about. Divorce and Neville's teachings. That's what I'll call this this thumbnail. Okay, guys, it'll be a red thumbnail with white writing. Thanks so much for the super chats as well, everyone who super chatted me. That was so sweet of you. It was my first live with super chats. All right, guys, thank you so much. I will see you soon. I've got to walk the dog and it's almost pitch black outside. And I'll be live here tomorrow, 9 p.m. EST, and then TikTok later on in the day. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. See ya.